Okay, now for another exciting video. I'm gonna take the meat mixture and carrots and onions and celery from the bone broth I made recently, and I'm going to put them in the VitaMix and make a slurry, and we're gonna put that in the dehydrator. So, here we go. And I generally do not overfill the VitaMix for this. So there's that. I'll set that out of the way. I'm going to put some water. See? Measuring cup impaired. We'll get there. So here I go. Maybe we'll do it right. There we go. If it doesn't want to play well, I'll put more water in it. I should just put more water. Needs more water.
And when you get some done, put it in here and I can pour from here onto the mats.
Okay. And I'll show you what we have. Besides a mess. Okay. I am very filming impaired today. That's what we have. And where's my squeegee? Oh. You don't have to do this every time. I do because I don't like all the muck, the mess. Now, hello. You can see how fine it is. I hope. There it is. I'm going to get finished with the rest of this. Not many people show this step in cleaning the VitaMix. I can because I strive to keep my videos short. So, put the lid on. Let me angle the camera. And you absolutely must put this top on. Must. Or this will go everywhere. And then And I forgot to mention, in here you just put water, however deep you want, depending on what you've been making, and just a couple drops of dish soap. And I use our diluted Dawn. And then this, by the way, when you get it back over to the sink, and you get your wash rag in it or whatever you do, this is like washing with soapy rainwater. It is so beautiful, and it rinses beautifully. Okay, now we've already poured it in, most of the trays, but you can see where there's hummocks, where I hit it with a spoon. All you gotta do is that. There's that one.
Okay.
And you get it all nice and even. And don't worry about putting enough water in there to get it to blend. I hate this measuring cup. Absolutely hate it. All it does is drizzle. Try to pour liquid out, it's just won't do it.
I'm gonna put that into something else, and
We gotta buy those new
yeah.
measuring things. Oh! Here, I'll dump that in. The nice thing about doing this is if you can keep it all pretty much the same thickness, it dries the same. So there you have it.
So we have about 2 cups left of the soup, and I poured it into another jar, put it in the fridge, and I'm thinking of having it with some crispy croutons and a couple basil leaves on top.
So you like it as a thick soup?
It's wonderful, like a cream soup. Wonderful, nice, chickeny flavor. I told Morgan it was almost like a hummus with the flavor of chicken. It's almost that texture.
Cream of chicken soup.
Yes.
And then after we get our other trays dried, that they're in there, I'll film how we get it out of there and what we do again. So stay tuned for the chicken saga. Okay. These took about, what was it, 6 hours to dry, Dagny?
Yes.
And as you can see, they're quite dry. So I will now powder them in the VitaMix. And one thing about the VitaMix, since it's got such horsepower, you don't want to heat this mix, this powder. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. Here we go. You see I didn't put a whole lot in there. And I'm going to pour this onto a sheet of paper. Okay. I just dumped this out. And you can see how powdery it is. By the way, I do this with spices. This is called take 2. Anyway, it feels a little moist to me. So I'm going to put it back on a dehydrator tray and put it back in the dehydrator for a few minutes. But right now I'm going to continue working. In case you want to see this again, I'll show it. If you want to move on, move on. Now back over here. Now see, this is a little moister. But as you can see, it's just super powdered. Since Dagny loves to experiment tasting things, she is now zapping 2 tablespoons into a cup of water, and she'll give you a taste test on that. Meanwhile, I put the powder in this and thin enough, and I'm going to turn on low with this last little bit that didn't get really dry. So, see you back here. This now has 3 tablespoons of powder to a cup of water. You can see it's not fully rehydrated. You see little lumps. But it tastes good. And it's not like the soup. It is really watery. So you can add more and you get it right back to where it was. And Dagny wanted one of our other ones that we've made called soup powder. 1/4 cup to 1 cup water. And that was actually like a beef stew or something we made. Lots of carrots, as you can see the orange. So it's got good flavor. Dagny said almost a chili bite to it. Not cold bite, but hot chili. Because we usually cook a lot with jalapenos and hot chili. So she's just mixed a tablespoon into a little bit of water. And a 1/4 cup of what?
1/4 cup of water to a tablespoon of the powder.
Okay, of this one. And then she wants to pour it together.
We're going to taste this one first.
Okay. If I can find you. Here you are. Here.
That's good. That's vegetable taste.
I've also done mushroom powder. And you know, these are great to add to whatever meal you're making for flavor. Or in a SHTF, mix up a cup of this liquid and pour it into a jar of chicken or beef or something to give it other flavor. So what we made was almost 2 cups of powder. And figuring 1/4 cup of powder to a cup of water, you got just about 8 1/4 cups. So just about 8 cups of water, or you can reduce it and make it thinner. So you can see that it's really worth it. It is really worth it. And we figured this powder cost us $3 to make.
Yep.
So it's really worth it. Now we have another flavor to add to our stockpile of powders. And don't forget, in an SHTF situation, it just could be something that has enough nourishment to help you get through those jars of beans you've been canning all year. Thank you for watching.